Hey, we have 6 o'clock. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Would you mind joining me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so prior to starting tonight's meeting, I thought it would be appropriate to just have a moment of silence for the situation that occurred in Madison today. So please join me in a moment of silence. All right, thank you very much. All right, this meeting has been posted in all the normal and customary posting places. So looking for a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve tonight's agenda. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed say no. Motion carries. All right, moving forward to our community forum. We will start with our student showcase this evening.
All right, I'll turn it over to Mr. Blessington. Tonight, we are going to combine our student showcase and our principal report to the start of our meeting. So. We're going to say something.
You guys can get huddled around here a little bit. Well, thanks everyone. We are here, like Dr. Russ alluded to, we have our principal report / student showcase today. So we're really excited. I'm going to do some introduction in just a bit. Wanted to just frame out what we did when Mr. Newcomer and I were here in October. Really trying to focus these around our strategic plan. Tonight, we're specifically going to address the community experience pillar. So you're going to hear a little bit about our student showcase around our community experience, really with the goal of engaging our community members in our school and district. So we're really excited about that. So just some introductions. So we have Mr. Christensen, our school counselor, and we have Ethan Bacchus here and Olivia Huey, and we have Olivia, did I point to James when I did that? So Olivia, and then we have James Nurture. So thanks to those students for being here, and we're gonna get started. So we're really excited about this, and I'm gonna kick it over to Ethan. Ethan, you ready?
Hi, I'm Ethan, a fourth grader at Merton in this class. Our goal is to collect canned goods to donate to families in need within our community. Our class, along with other third and fourth graders, helped with the food drive. We hung posters around the school and placed collection boxes in every classroom.
Hi, I'm James, a fourth grader in Mrs. Barth's class. To take the food drive even more exciting, we held a friendly competition between classes to see who could collect the most canned goods.
Hi, I'm Olivia, a fourth grader in Mrs. Lodge's class. We are grateful for our partnership with St. John's United Church of Christ. Our students had the opportunity to visit the church to help sort and package the donated food.
Yeah, and I think this food drive was really a good opportunity for our fourth graders to kind of learn the importance of giving back. And really proud of their efforts. These students took up multiple recesses to make sure all the goods got picked up in the classroom, ready for them to be picked up to be brought to the church. So very proud of their efforts, and it's a joy to help them through this process.
I'll just add on, and then we want to open up to any questions, but just this is a community event. This is obviously primary intermediate that's been doing this for a number of years. So that was really exciting to see firsthand my first taste of this food drive. So it was a great event, but wanted to open up any questions that any board members had. Our students are ready for your questions.
Yes, that's so fantastic that you guys put all that time and effort into getting donations of food. Who won the competition?
I don't remember.
So it was a class per grade level.
Yeah.
So
Mrs.
So multiple.
I know. No. I don't remember.
Do you guys want to share
Miss
how many
Waits.
total items we collected? We
It's
counted
like 3,000 some.
3,505.
Yeah.
Lot of candy.
When do you want to take that or?
It's important because if we help families in need, they can all understand that sharing is caring. It's the most important thing. Thank you.
So yes, through like our primary PAL, our fourth grade leadership group, and there was like at the beginning of the year, I had started students kind of choose which kind of events during the year, throughout the year they want to help. So I think in total, we had about 12 fourth grade students that kind of every day took time to give away their resets, make sure all the food was collected. But yeah, these students in particular, more than once said, I want to help out. If someone's gone, get me to help. And,
Yeah, and when we talked about this opportunity, you said there's a lot of students, but these three really stood out as leaders amongst their classmates. So really proud of the three of them.
To piggyback to your answer for the middle school too, we had our student senate working with Mrs. Matson every day. Well, first of all, we bribed the middle schoolers, same thing with fifth. Each grade level was a competition for donuts. And so it was the same thing. I can't remember who won, but it was one per grade level. But during each of those days, every day they came and counted in total and they gave me the totals and then as part of the daily announcements on that piece.
Where do the donations go?
They go to St. John's United Church.
I think from what I remember, donating Darlene to the church, about 40 families that we helped out.
Local families and regional families, I understand that too.
I think they know.
And then we, with even our lost and found, which is a wonderful collection of clothing. That'll get collected too during the holidays too, and distributed to local families in need as well. So we'll get a final push to our students to take a look through that one more time, to look through that, but we also do that. And also the giving tree, Darlene. I think Katie took a picture, but our office was just filled with presents. And so the amount of giving to our community that our school community does is amazing. I mean, we had I believe most of the tags, I'm pointing at that tree, but our trees out there, most of those tags are wrapped, and where you have the same, it's the same local families that are in need. We'll be getting presents too. So that's pretty neat. And you know, speaking of the community too, we had concerts, as you know, we had primary concert, intermediate concert during that, a lot of that time. People did take those tags. We'll get more into the student fifth grade showcase, but I know but we've had a lot of that going on. That'll get in more detail. That we're gonna let the fifth graders do that. I don't want to spoil anybody, but there's been a lot of community help there. I have to tell you a funny story. Today, we also went to, our band and choir went to out in the community and performed for nursing homes. And Maria, well, I'm gonna share the story. Maria was already laughing. So Mrs. Rodden was in my office talking to me, and my Katie, the secretary, walks and says, Janice, are you supposed to be on the bus? She said, yeah. She's like, no, the bus took off. So she said, well, so then we go in the office and we're like, we'll see, we'll call Mr. Jeff to bring the bus back. And then I'm like, oh, Mr. Jeff's over there. So, and then, well, what about the other two chaperones? And we see him walking in the window. The bus took off without any of the adults. All the adult chaperones.
Yeah.
So the investigation, I was joking, the investigation today was who told the bus driver it was good to go? But they turned around and everything was great. I mean, but it was kind of a funny story. But I got some wonderful pictures today from our kids who are out in the community representing your school, but also just kind of sharing the joy of the season and bringing that to some of the homes out there too. So that was really cool to see.
Each of our students also participated in our concerts last week, which was very, very well received by our community. So we're really proud of that. They were packed. I mean, and the concert started at 6:30. I moseyed on over, I think like 5:15, 5:20, and I was like, well, it's going to be empty. There's like 150 people there. So that was my introduction that Merton does concerts. They're kind of a big deal here. And these three and their classmates and our first and second graders over the third graders did a wonderful job, and we're really proud of that as well. Any other questions that? Yeah.
Nice job.
Welcome.
Yeah.
All right, so good job, Ethan, James, and Olivia, right?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, great work. Thank you, Bob and Steve as well. All right, we'll move forward to our community forum. This is a chance for the community to speak directly to the board on any concerns or topics related to the district. Doesn't look like anyone signed up to speak tonight. Would anyone like to speak? Yes, please.
Hello. Hi, Ashley Renz. I'm a mom of, well, I guess only one now at the Merton School and one at Arrowhead. I just wanted to speak to you guys this evening and say I took a look at the board packet. I saw the parent survey results. I think it is a great sign that I believe in every single area throughout the entire piece of information that was surveyed to the parents. It seems like there's improvement from last year's scores. So as a parent and as someone that was a part of the strategic planning and kind of combed through all of this information, it's really encouraging to see that the parent position on how the district is doing well. The trend is that there's improvement. And so I think that speaks to the administration, the teachers, the parents, the students, and the work that's been done. And I hope to see that continue in the future. So I just wanted to kind of recognize that those results came in. And also really hope that everyone takes a moment to pause and think about what got us to this point where we're seeing this improvement and that the perception is what it is. And as things continue throughout this school year, and as any board decisions may be coming up, just think about the improvement and the stability, I think, that is required to continue that path. So hopefully this trend will continue, and thank you to the board and everyone involved in making that happen. Thanks.
Thank you, Ashley. All right, Ashley, thank you for those comments. Would anyone else like to speak this evening? Okay, so we will move forward into our consent agenda this evening. Looking for a motion.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve tonight's consent agenda. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of approving the consent agenda, say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Opposed, say no. Motion carries. All right, let's see here. Delegations to be heard. No one signed up for delegations to be heard as well. So we're moving forward to our, what we got, Ron? What's up?
Strategic planning update.
Strategic planning update.
Yep.
All right.
Report.
Yep. So, well, again, kind of to piggyback what Ashley was saying this is our focus this month is our community. So wanted to bring back and highlight some of the community results that we got. When we say community, this is our families, parents, families, caregivers who responded to our survey. Again, hopefully we didn't pester too much, but we try to pester 3-4 times throughout our window to really be able to do that. So we did have a great, we had about 317 responses. So again, enough to really make it legit, but also we had a very wide representation from 4K all the way to 8th grade. So which was really good to see. So there wasn't like this domination of, one grade level or one school or not two as well. So, but we did really see a lot of really positive results. Again, obviously we had last year was October year to year. Again, a big thank you to our administrative team, our staff who have done a tremendous amount of work. We heard from the staff perception side. And again, we really feel that things are going well there, like we're highlighted. But again, growth in almost actually every area. Some of the highlights, and again, some of the big things is 64% increase in the district is heading in the right direction. When we think about that culture that we want to really be able to create 22% increase in our healthy culture metric. Communications, again, trying to really reach out and make sure that our communications in line. We listened and we tried something a little bit different this year. And again, some really good results, 17.5% for district communications, and even more across the board about it being timely and informative. So again, we're seeing some growth in what the perception is around our school board as well as our district administration, which is great to see, you know, double digit 27 and 40% increase there as well. Also, one of the things that we've really been trying to address at the building levels with our climate and culture teams is about how we're handling student discipline. And again, we had a 9% increase in how our parents are perceiving us handling bullying. And again, bullying is a big word, but ultimately we kind of see that as a very positive from a student discipline too as well. So, and one of the things that we really like to see is how do our families support us? And when they're out talking, hey, if somebody's thinking about moving in or a relative or a family or a friend, 34% increase to the amount of people who would recommend our district as a place to come to school with and learn and grow. So, again, that's one piece, but the other piece is even some of the growth indicators. Again, we may not be growing in a lot of different areas really widely, but one of the things when you take a look at it is we have some really high percentiles. Again, in the packet, you'll see percentiles. Obviously, there's growth, but then there's also those percentiles. And those percentiles are how we compare to all of school perceptions data. You know, similar school districts, similar demographics. And some of the things that we're really, really excited about is school staff treat kids with dignity. You know, so again, our families really feel that their kids are being well cared for when they are here. And the other piece, I think, is one of the pieces that we talk about from an administrative level is developing the relationship, right? We want to develop a relationship with the student, but also the family. And we have one of the highest percentiles is parents have someone to talk about concerns. So that was an indicator that we'd really like to celebrate because that means our parents are accessible, our administration, school board. I mean, we really try to create avenues for people to feel like they can have a voice and at least ask a question or get an answer. So again, when they feel that they have someone to go to, again, I think as a district, that's overall from the boardroom to the classroom that we should be feeling really well. So again, some really great results, really feel strongly about where we're going. And again, we're going to keep working on those things and again, keep increasing where we certainly can too as well. So with this too, again, our buildings will be taking a look at it and some of their climate and culture as an administrative team, we're taking a look at it and seeing how we can continue to improve. So yeah, we're excited about that.
Ron, looking across those scores, where do you see one of the next focal points for further improvement?
I think what we see is probably our website. Again, there's a website concern there too as well. That's one of the things. Again, how do we continue to keep people informed and where they go? And again, thanks to Mr. Benny who runs all of our social media access. But that's also a thank you to our staff because again, we've been hounding them this past week. Mr. Benny reminded them of some of our expectation too as well. So really it's that timely communication and that website about where can I go to get information from without having to pick up the phone too as well. So that's probably an area, again, through strategic planning. We heard that too as well to be able to go through that as well. So and we're just going to keep kind of digging in and seeing what we can do.
Response rate this year over last year?
A little bit lower. We had 317 people respond. And again, if it's, basically 2 per student. So last year we had about 374.
For the Sunday night communication, have you gotten any other anecdotal feedback about that?
No, except anecdotal. Yes. Hey, we like it. Thank you for the one stop, one time a week, and very simple. Trying to keep it simple. So yeah. So we've gotten a lot.
Sunday night might be the right time for it. The only other feedback I had heard is that for planning for the next week, Sunday night can be a little late to figure out what the theme day of Tuesday might be if you are a working parent.
Okay.
So they were wondering that these things used to come out on Friday and they're used to looking at them on Friday. You may have other reasons for doing this on Sunday, but that was some feedback I heard about parental planning.
That would be about us maybe communicating ahead of Sunday for the following week. That's more just planning. Yeah. The reason why we do Sunday is when we take a look at what the PR people And again, when people are most receptive, they are telling us Sunday evenings. They're still saying why, there's a reason why 60 Minutes is still one of the best shows on television. Sunday at 6 o'clock. That's when people are like, okay, they're unwinding, we're done. But I think that that feedback as it relates to, it'd be nice to have it before Monday. Maybe something we could kick out to social media or plan ahead of time, kind of like our board packet.
Right.
We kick that out to social media. And here's also a little hint on that Sunday communication. It's done on Friday. So it's usually done by Friday afternoon, which means if you jumped on there Friday afternoon, if you did want to kind of set a little alarm to say, hey, check the Sunday update, the web link doesn't change. We just update that weekly. So
That might be something to push out on social media as well, because I would have presumed, I don't know why I would have presumed that it was a different link every time, and
Nope.
that's obviously.
nope, it makes it really
Not true.
simple just to
So
kick
that
it
might
out
be
there too
something
as well.
to communicate a few times to remind people, and maybe in the newsletter as well. This link is the same.
For those who are interested. Yep. But we've heard really good things, and actually our staff has some really positive things about it.
Oh, good.
They really liked it too. So,
As a parent, I appreciate it that it's all in one place. It's helpful.
and we've really held tight to that one communication Sunday, unless it would be something that would be in extreme circumstance. So thank you. Thanks everybody for participating. Again, we'd love that 100% kind of like what we talked about for staff. Again, just continue to encourage people to share that feedback with us.
All right, thank you, Ron.
Open records, we had our normal open records and then added another one to that too as well. So that's it.
Okay. We are moving forward to the approval of the 25-26 district calendar.
So we did, again, thank you for any feedback and haven't received too much feedback. Again, we did have a meeting with the Arrowhead superintendents, confirmed all the calendar dates and things. And again, we are pretty much in line that January 26th day is almost the only date we're not aligned with Arrowhead. And by the way, I do believe all the feeder schools are going to school on February 26th or on January 26th. So it won't charge us anymore for busing. And again, typically when you go off the Arrowhead calendar, there is a charge, but given our contract that we also have probably 7 feeder schools going that day, there won't be an additional charge. It'll just be the daily rate. So she'll be good. So just looking for a motion to approve the 2025-26 district calendar as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the 2025-2026 Merton school calendar. Any discussion? So Ron, just the same week off for Thanksgiving like this
Yep.
year, so pretty much mirrors this past year.
Exactly.
2 weeks at Christmas.
2 weeks at Christmas. Yep, that's pretty much the difference. Now, it was interesting. We did talk about the 1 week at Thanksgiving. Arrowhead did say, ironically, you know how they had like 20 to 22% off on Monday and Tuesday before? Guess
Right.
what happened the Friday?
Yeah.
20 or 22%. So they kind of chuckled at it. They're like, well, we tried. So they are going to try again next year and kind of take a look and see what they're going to do. But for next year, correct. It's a much longer Christmas break though.
And how did that work for us for professional development? Did that seem to be a good day for doing that? What was the response for using that time?
We were able to, well, I know staff appreciated the Tuesday, we made a virtual work day. And by that, we meant that they had their work done actually by that Sunday before. So if they could provide work, if they did what they said they were gonna do by the Sunday before, which was a day's worth of work. Then they were off on Tuesday. But we allowed staff to choose. Some came on campus on Tuesday, some worked virtually. Primary had the required science of reading training, which is all virtual. So that was really good use of their time. They got all of their modules done. And then that was true for some of our intermediate staff, but otherwise they facilitated a lot of work on curriculum writing. And then our separate staff had different things. Our school counselors, for example, Michael had some online stuff that he took care of that were relevant to their learning. So I know that was really appreciated by staff. And then Monday we had on-campus activities.
Great. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor of approving the 2025-2026 district calendar, say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries.
Thank you very much. We'll push that out.
Okay, so moving forward to future agenda items and meetings.
We've got January 27th. For our January one. And again, at that meeting, we'll be talking about open enrollment seats. Declaration of open enrollment seats. So we'll be kicking that out. And again, that's basically the start of our budget planning season 2 as well. So then we have February 17th is something that we talked about last time. Does that still work for everybody?
Yes.
Okay. And then we have the 17th, March 17th. The next week after that is spring break. So that's why a little bit earlier in March, we could go March 31st. But again, it's cutting it a little bit tight. Yeah, that's after spring break.
Coming off
of spring break. So the 17th would be probably the preferred.
Either the 17th or the 31st works for me.
17th does not work for me. I can do the 31st.
I'm open. Either one.
Let's see here. 17th is St. Patrick's Day.
Yes,
Is that a good night for you, Ron?
I'm perfect. I can do that. Keep me out of trouble.
I can do the 17th or the 31st. Either one's good with me. So 31st.
But if you can't do the 17th, then the 31st gets the most of us here that we're.
31st is good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 31st it is.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So that concludes. Just looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn the meeting. Any discussion? All those in favor say yes. Yes.
Yes.
Both say no. Motion carries.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.